Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Voyager class Road Hauler from the Transformers Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 collection from Hasbro. So this is the Walmart exclusive line. Really nice packaging for this. All the figures come packaged in vehicle mode since it is race themed. Really nice artwork of Road Hauler here on the front wrapping around to the side. And then we have a close-up of that same artwork over here on this side. Not really much going on the bottom. Up here we have a nice product shot of the vehicle mode, as well as some artwork of the vehicle mode over here on the flap. Spinning it around to the back, we have some product shots for robot mode and vehicle mode. Looking pretty good, so let's go ahead, let's get Road Hauler out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Road Hauler out of the packaging, looking very sharp. Now, as you can probably tell, he is just a repaint of Earthrise Grapple, done in Constructicon green. But they did use the running change, so he does have those smaller pegs, so he has no issue unpegging the feet from this back section here. That was a problem with the original Earthrise Grapple, and then they kind of fixed it by the time they got to Inferno, and then Artfire, and now I guess this is our fourth use of this mold here. But if you're not familiar with the character of Road Hauler, perfectly understandable. Basically, in the first episode of the G1 cartoon, there was a character called Hauler. It was a crane. He shows up for 5 seconds in one scene. I think he fishes Hound out of a ravine. He never speaks, he never transforms, and then he's never seen again. And then later on in Season 2, they introduce Grapple, who looks exactly the same in vehicle mode, because it's like a yellowish, tan, orange crane, whatever color you want to say. And it's just Grapple, and they never explain what happened to Hauler. Years later, they go ahead and retcon Hauler into Road Hauler, give him this color scheme, and say that he was originally a member of the Constructicons back on Cybertron before they picked factions, and then when the war started, he went to the Autobots, the rest of the team went to the Decepticons, and here you are. So that is Road Hauler in a nutshell, but he looks sharp. I think, like I said, this mold looks good in this color scheme. I do like it. You got the yellow and black caution stripes there looking pretty sharp as well. The front here, nice Autobot symbol on the front, got some gunmetal gray up here in the fender section. Translucent blue plastic for the headlights, and basically what I believe is this is just like a piece of translucent blue for the windows and the headlights that's then attached to the back of the rest of the cab section there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, overall I think it looks good. Very sharp, rolls pretty well, as you can see. He does come with some accessories which you can attach to the vehicle mode. So he's got this little piece which is like an alternate hand. We'll get into that more in robot mode. Same with the claw piece, I guess, and then he's got a gun, so you can attach the gun pretty much anywhere there's a peg hole on the side. I'm just going to pop it on right here, but you could also pop it down there, or over here, or over here. You could also attach this claw piece here on the side if you like, or you can attach it here on the front. You can see there is a little connection there, so we can pop that on there, and then if you wanted to have this flip up like that, you could play a crane game, maybe win a stuffed animal, we don't know. Or you can just store it on the side like I mentioned previously. And then this little piece you can pop on right here. And this can just store right there. So it's nice. You can actually store all the accessories here in the vehicle mode. I think this looks a little silly, just hanging out there on the side, but it does give you some storage options. So you can also retract this if you like. Gives you some options for the crane. But yeah, looks good. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead, let's get into transformation. Transformation is pretty simple, honestly, for this guy, and it's very similar to like the original Grapple and Inferno toy. Gonna lift this up just to kind of get that out of the way for the time being, and then we're gonna disconnect this section from what will become the robot feet, just like that. And then I'm going to pop the arms apart and spin them around to the side. They will come around and peg into the side of the cab there. You can go ahead and lift this up, swing this section down like so. Take the feet. They will flip around like this and just collapse in on themselves like so. And as you can see, we're almost done. Yeah, that's pretty much the robot mode right there. Let me tilt the camera up like so. So you have this big section here on the back. You're going to take this section here and flip this around to reveal the head. And then all of this is going to just kind of accordion in on itself. So this goes up, then this goes down, this comes in like this, and that all just snaps across the back. And then you can see that there are these two little notches here on the side, one on each side, and they're going to fit in between these little spots right here. So this just comes down and clicks into place here. Let's get that on there like that. And let me tilt the camera up here again. And then you're just going to bring, whoops, I said stay on there. This is going to come around like that, collapse this all the way in, and then this is just going to come around and go against the back, just like so. And then we just have to rotate the arms. I rotated them the wrong way, so that way the elbows bend. And then you're going to rotate out the fists like that. So rotate that, and flip that around. And there you go. There is Road Hauler. I think he looks pretty cool. I really do like the green color scheme. I go back and forth. I kind of wish there was a little bit of purple to kind of cement that tie to the original Constructicons, but at the same time, I really do like the black and the green. I think they work really well together, and it also kind of distinguishes him as having an association with them, but then, you know, changing himself just enough when he went to the Autobots so that he's not still 100% associated with them, which I think makes sense. But yeah, it's a good mold. It's just, you know, Grapple from Earthrise. Not really anything new going on here in that regard. Head can swivel from side to side. Don't really have any front to back tilt, but I love that kind of screaming face that he's got going on there. He is very distressed. But really nice paint on the eyes there. The face paint looks really nice. Just all in all, it's a really great head sculpt, really nicely detailed. Chest is just the front of the cab. Nothing really new going on there. You have a rotation here as well as a hinge. You have a bicep swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. The wrists do not swivel because of how they transform, but we do have some options for them we'll get into in a moment. You have a waist swivel. You can kick really far forward, really far back, really far out to the side. So great range of motion there in the hips. You have a thigh swivel, 90 degrees there in the knee. You start to hit into that, but it really doesn't. It stops at about the 90-degree mark, which makes sense. And then you have the ankle tilt. Now, technically, you do have a little bit of movement here in the front to back as well because of how it transforms. But once it's collapsed all the way, you really just have the out to the side tilt. Got some nice built-in heels here, so he's not falling over anytime soon. But yeah, he looks good. I like him. I really do like him a lot more than I thought I was going to. The color palette just really works for me. I think the bright green with the black is just a fantastic color combination. And if you want, you can put that down if you like the look of that better. Now, I said we have some options for the hand, so of course you can go ahead and peg the blaster into his one hand. Now, you have the ability to flip the fist back around the way it was for transformation, and then you can plug in any of these other accessories. So if you want to give him the claw hand, you could do that, maybe to differentiate him a little bit from Inferno and Grapple. You could give him the claw hand. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and give him this, just like Inferno and Grapple have. I think Grapple has it on this hand and Inferno has it on this hand, I think. So, whatever configuration you like, or if you want to keep them with two regular hands, you can do that as well, of course. And then you can store those pieces here on the back, so if you want, you can peg this back in where that was in vehicle mode, and you can peg this into either of the sides here. Looks a little goofy having that piece there on the side of his head, I have to admit. But if you want, you could peg it into the side of the leg or the side of the arm, whatever you like, or just put it off to the side and not store it on him at all. You have a lot of options there. I guess technically he could just hold it as well, which looks a little silly, but you could do that too. So overall, I think he's pretty great. I mean, I thought Earthrise Grapple was pretty nice, with the exception of that thing that made it so that the piece pegged into the feet too tightly, but that has since been corrected, so there's nothing holding this guy back. Really fun facial expression there. Love the head sculpt. Color scheme really works, in my opinion. Great articulation, fun, easy transformation, great accessories. I got nothing to complain about this guy. He's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend checking him out. This line is still Walmart exclusive. I think it also is available on Hasbro Pulse. At this point, since he was part of the first wave, he might be on clearance. If your store still has them. I know for me, my store got a lot of them, and he didn't seem to move very much. so he could still be around in your neck of the woods, and I think he's probably on clearance by now, if that's the case. Otherwise, if he's no longer in your stores, I'd probably check Hasbro Pulse. But he's a fun addition to the line, honestly. I like him a lot, especially with the character having kind of a fun backstory of how he exists. I think he's a really fun addition. And I just really like the black and the fluorescent green. I think they really, really work, especially with that little pop of red for the Autobot symbol. So definitely a lot of fun. Definitely recommend adding him to the collection. Yeah, nothing really negative to say about this guy. He's just fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.